Here we go. Who's ready to go crazy on episode 4 of Marketer's Mindset? Drop a 1 in the comment box. Let's go, people. Today we're going to make money together. Drop a 1. Drop a 1. Let's go, people. Hey, if you guys are watching this live on social media, hashtag live. If you're watching this after, hashtag replay. By the way, guys, one thing that I really love is when you hit the like button on social media. If you're on the Zoom call, I really like when you engage. People get rewarded for stuff like that. So if you do it, we might send you a swag bag. So make sure that you stay engaged with us. Because today, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was speaking to Carlos before we jumped on. I have no clue what's going to happen today. My plan is to literally jump on here. I'm going to write a cold calling script live in front of you guys. And you guys are going to get to pick the industries that I write it on. Then I'm going to literally go here. I'm going to show you how to audit websites and audit businesses online to try to find pain points. And then on top of that, I'm going to do something even crazier. I'm actually going to do live phone calls and try to close a deal right here in front of you, or at least try to set up some really qualified appointments. So who wants to see that, guys? Drop a 1 in the comment box if this is something that you're like, holy shit, I got to see this. I got to see this. This is something that I got to see. If you're on social media, drop a 2. Drop a 2. Instagram, drop a 3. Let's go, people. We're going to wait about 30 to 60 seconds. We'll wait about a minute. Also, my energy, as you guys know, is always super high. It's going to be even higher today. So I'm going to try to get to like right here for you guys. I'm drinking a Monster. I need to stay awake. Today's been a really long day. I need somebody to just wake me up. So who's ready to go live, guys? If you're ready to learn how to make money online and have food, put on your family plate, have money to make, be able to close contracts on a monthly basis, be able to do this over and over like clockwork, drop a 5 in the chat. All right, just getting the social media popped up. By the way, guys, two different things I want to announce. First thing is if you are on social media, probably means you're not in DashClicks. If you are not in DashClicks, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to win some prizes today. Okay? So if you are wanting to win some prizes, you're wanting to engage, highly recommend, if you haven't done it already, it might be too late, but on the next episode, make sure you go to DashClicks.com. You register at DashClicks.com. It's 100% free. And you join our weekly webinars where we do this live every single week. I'm going to do crazy stuff like this every single week. Two different things that we're going to talk about today. First thing that we're going to talk about is we are going to be doing a raffle giveaway for the first time ever on Marketer's Mindset. I want to reward some people for coming in here and showing support and actually learning, right? So isn't it cool where you can come to a place, learn something, and get some gifts? I mean, if you think that's cool, drop a 333. If you think it's cool, drop a 333 for your boy. All right, guys, so anyways, just so we can move forward, anybody who orders this pre-ordered agency website, if you've ordered it, your name's already in the box. If you have not ordered it, Stephanie will actually cut your name when the order comes in like 2 seconds after and drop your name into this box right here, and you'll be entered into the raffle to win a Yeti. I know, it's pretty cool. Susan said, do the clients have access to your live chat? No, the clients don't ever have access to reach out to DashClicks. And there is no live chat on the agency website. If it's something that you want to add, you can add it by using a third party like Zopim or Zendesk or something like that. What's up with the mic? I thought you were going to get a new one. Static. I know. Damn this mic. But we're going to continue going, guys. It's me moving. I'm actually going to pull it down a little bit. See if that changes anything. We will hope to God that it does. I'm going to try to not move as much. Okay, I'll go in slow motion for you guys. All right? Now that I've toned it down, let's bring it back up. Here we go, people. So we're going to go here, and anybody who ordered your agency website, guys, will drop in. Let's move on to the next one. Who is ready to watch me write a script live, like a cold calling script live right here in front of you? Who's ready to do that? Can you guys hit the GoPro real quick? Can you hit the GoPro? Who's ready to see that? Tommy, why don't you give him a thumbs up? We got Tommy in the back of the room too. Tommy, they can't see you. Tommy's giving you a thumbs up. There's your thumb, Tommy. Woo! We got a couple people in the back of the room watching, manning some cameras. So no, I'm not in here being loud alone. I'm not a weird guy. If this is something that you want to see me do, how to do, can you drop a 455 in the chat right now and show me some love? If you're on social media, can you hit the like button and can you hit the share button and can you drop a 455 in the chat and show me some love? All right, guys, I'm going to do something crazy. So I'm going to have a little disclaimer before I do this. None of this was scripted. None of this is, like, we didn't pick any industries. We didn't call any people and say, hey, we're going to do some cold calling. We're going to call you and try to book a deal and just play along with us and press OK. This is all going to be from what you guys tell me to do, okay? So this is going to be done live so you can learn, and this is real life shit, which means some calls are going to go good, some calls are going to go bad, and we're going to make the best of it, but we're going to use it as an educational lesson for you guys to understand how I do things. So if that is fair enough for you guys, can you drop a 4 in the chat right now if you understand what I'm saying here? Let's make it really cool. I'm going to let you guys pick the industry that we're going to go after. I'm going to let you guys pick the people that you want me to call. I'm going to let you guys pick the websites that you want me to audit and the businesses that you want me to do an online audit for. Tell you how I think when I'm trying to do my cold calls. So let's start off with industries. Go ahead and drop in names of industries. Go ahead. Drop them in. Realtors, dentists, car dealerships, massage spa, jeweler, CrossFit, car dealership, mortgage brokers, Pornhub, Daniel said, plastic surgery, damage restoration, mold, fire, water, dentist, hotels, Kairos. All right, cool, guys. So I'm going to teach you a little secret. When I like to cold call, I look at 2 different methods. All right, let's go P&P real quick, Carlos. All right, guys, when I'm thinking about doing cold calls, I'm thinking about 2 different things. The first thing that I'm thinking about is, who can I get on the phone the majority of the time? I want to speak to the business owner. I don't want to speak to the gatekeeper, because the gatekeeper sucks. All they do is just leave messages for the person that you really want to speak to, and because it's a cold call and that person doesn't know it's you, they're probably never going to call you back, right? So the number one thing that you can learn right now by just sitting here and watching me is pick an industry Does everybody agree with me? Does everybody agree with me that if you're going to be doing cold calling, that you want to pick an industry that will actually pick up the phone? Does anybody agree with me? If you agree with me, just drop a 6 in the chat. If that's something that you think might make sense, right? I'm going to sit here and make 100 phone calls right now. I kind of want to speak to people that'll pick up the phone. Cool. So I'm going to show you guys what to do. Who wants to know what industries I would want to call if I'm cold calling? Would you want to know that? That's something that you think might be a good idea for you? Great. I'll just show you what I do. So I'm going to give you guys a little background, and not to bore you, but because we made a lot of money doing it, I'm like, shit, you're here to learn how to make money? I'm going to show you how, right? So we had a call center, okay? Can you do me a favor and go, let's go GoPro real quick. The room that I'm standing in, what room did it used to be for all of you guys who are watching the Marketer's Mindset meetings every single week? The sales room, call center, yeah. So we had this call center filled up with about 15 people. And you can see on your left side of the screen, there's already one cubicle that's kind of sliding out where Carlos is. Carlos is manning the computer right there. So this used to be our cold calling center. Our call center. And what we used to do is we used to do basically what I'm about to show you guys, but we like 10x'd it, right? We would do this, and we had 15 people in here doing cold calls and doing this exact same thing that we're doing right here. We would just do it times 15 people. So we did that, and we did that for about, I think it was like 2.5, 3 years, till we got to the point where most of our leads now are now inbound, which is a dream for any agency owner. So I'm going to get back, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Let's go P&P real quick. So let's talk about some industries. All right, guys, why don't you guys help me out here? What industries do you think would be good if I decided to right now cold call somebody and get them on the phone? What industry would you be good for that person to have their cell phone in their pocket? What industry would that be? Roofing, HVAC, home services, plumber, realtor, pool guy, junk removal. Let's write some of these down. Realtor is definitely one. Okay. What else do people say? Plumber is definitely one. What else we got? Pool guy. So let's say pool. Let's say maintenance, right? What else we got? Pest control, electrician. Electrician. My handwriting sucks, so bear with me, guys. I'm a computer guy, not a novelist. Or a book writer, whatever you call it. Mortgage lenders. Maybe, but mortgage lenders also at the same time, Walter, most of the time have receptionists. I want to look for guys who really don't have receptionists or gatekeepers, right? Locksmith, Alan said. Now, some of these companies do have receptionists, the larger ones, but a majority of these companies are also smaller, family mom and pop shops. So when you call and you're like, hey, your website sucks, who can I speak to about it? You're already speaking to the person that you need to speak with. You can completely cut that out, right? Restaurants wouldn't be a good one because the owner chances is not going to probably answer the phone. It's going to be one of the waiters or waitresses or managers or whatever the case may be. Painter, Susan said. Good. What else can you guys think of? Roofer. What else? What else can you guys think of? Tattoo shop, Drewby said. Tattoo shop might be a good one. Problem is, there might be. I like to do, and I'll just get straight to the point here. Flooring contractors, mold remediation, tree service. So the industries that when I like or when we were doing cold calling, when you think about it, and you have 10 or 15 people in the room, and they're all just dialing out people, right? And you're talking about making hundreds of calls a day, times 10 people as an example. Each person makes 200 calls a day. Talking about making 2,000 calls a day, right? Can all of these niches afford the service? Good question, Mike. We'll get to that in a second. So what I like to do is I like to make sure, once again, that person that I'm calling, I want the probability to be as high as possible that their cell phone is going to be inside of their pocket. Because it means that they're going to answer. They don't need to get through a gatekeeper. I don't have to leave messages and drop them into a pipeline and call them back 50 times just to get them on the phone, right? Why would I want to go to battle and at war with somebody just to try to get them on the phone? That's like I haven't even pitched them yet, and I'm spending an hour just trying to get this guy on the phone, right? Does that make any sense, guys? Do you think that makes sense? Would it make sense for you to waste 100 phone calls on somebody who's probably not going to be there? Well, I didn't think it made sense, and it worked for us. So I'm going to show you guys what we did. We used to cold call these guys. These were actually our target demographics when we were doing our cold calling, right? Now, every industry, not every industry, every type of marketing to generate leads for your agency, style. And those styles will target different industries, right? So when you're cold calling, we would go after these types of people. When you're running maybe Facebook ads and you're trying to do lead gen on Facebook and get client acquisition on Facebook, you'll target different people, right? Because it's more of like an inbound style lead where you're getting the information and then you're calling them to set up an appointment and try to sell them, right? You don't have to go through the whole process of getting them on the phone, warming them up a little bit. That's what Facebook ads does for you. It does that for you, right? So for those of you guys who are going to do cold calling, which I recommend you do, right? Especially if you're on the beginner side and maybe you might not have money to run Facebook ads and spend that kind of budget on it. You can do this, okay? if you do have money to run Facebook ads, which is pretty much what we do a lot now, I would recommend doing this, but eventually you'd want to supplement it with incoming leads. I just think that incoming leads is a lot better because what people don't understand, and I think we've actually run like a cost analysis on this, and that's one of the reasons why there's nobody here in this room anymore, and we turned it into an actual video room, is your time to go out, and let's just maybe not say your time. Let's just say you had an employee, okay? Because your time is priceless and it can be valued at anything, right? So let's say you had an employee, and that employee made 20 bucks an hour. All right, whatever, hour. That employee made 20 bucks an hour. But that employee works 8 hours a week. So now I got to multiply that by 8 hours a day, sorry. And then I'll multiply that by 5 days a week. Who wants to do the math for me? What does that equal? Who wants to be the mathematician? What is $20 an hour times 8 hours a day times 5 days a week? 800 bucks. That's expensive for a salesperson to spend cold calling all day, right? So think about this for a second. So instead of spending $800 a week, and what's 800 times 4? Times 4. Let's go backwards here. Times 4. What does that equal? Who's going to do it? Who's going to be the smart one? 3,200. 3,200 bucks. 3,200 bucks for an employee to go out and do cold calls for you and hopefully try to close deals. Okay? That's expensive, guys, for a rep. Okay? And I'm going to teach you guys some secrets on how to bring all your costs down and how to do this really, really cheap. So don't worry, I'm going to get you excited in a little bit. But let's just go over the basics. We're just covering the foundation of you understanding from the business perspective as an agency owner what you should be doing, how you can do it, and how to actually deploy that shit and make a lot of money and still leave a lot of profits. If you want to hear maybe some of those things, can you drop a 55 in the chat for your boy? Good, we got some Carlos just in the background telling me that we got some people who ordered their agency website. Congratulations. We'll get you dropped into this raffle here in a couple minutes. Stephanie's working on it. So I'm going to bring you guys in my mind. And even though my mind is crazy and it's full of energies and I'm wacko, right? But I'm going to bring you guys in my mind so you can understand how I think when I'm running a business. 3,200 bucks. All right? Get out of this really quick. Let's get out of it really quick. I'm going to screenshot this. Come back to it. And let's go. Okay. 3,200. Stick with this number. 3,200 per sales rep. Okay, and most of you guys are like, man, 20 bucks an hour for a sales rep is crazy expensive. That's insane. You want to have like a really good sales rep that actually knows how to close deals? It's really not insane. Okay, and that's to do cold calling. Cold calling. That's how much it'll cost you. And then multiply that times however many reps that you want to get. Or you can just take $1,000 bucks. $1,000 bucks. Drop it into Facebook ads, okay, and get these people. Actually, I don't even want to do a box. I want to do these. Get these people to call you. So you just reversed it. They went from you calling them, you spending money on getting somebody to call them and go through the process of warming them up, introducing them to your company, maybe sending them some like freebies of like, you know, ebooks or documents or whatever the case is, case studies, and then book a call, go through the presentation, or you just do this. And you can do it the reverse way, and you can get people to call you instead. Pretty good idea, right? If you think that this is a pretty cool idea, drop a 10 in the chat. So this is mainly what we're doing right now in our agency. We used to do the cold calling. We don't do it as much anymore because the cost is high. However, I'm not going to tell you not to do it because I'm going to give you secrets that I've done in the past 10 years that got me to lower my costs, okay? And on top of lowering my cost, I mean, we still made millions of dollars in sales. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Do it. Shit, it works. It was profitable. We made a lot of money. And that's how really we skyrocketed our agency. I think it was from cold calling. And then Facebook was just one of those things where we saw where, you know, the cost to acquire a client was cheaper running Facebook ads and doing some other forms of marketing, okay? So this makes sense to you. You know, I don't want to go off topic here, but if this makes sense to you, you should think about running some Facebook ads. And if you want to run some Facebook ads, you can message me in the live chat and I'll help you out and tell you a little bit more about it. But this makes a little bit more sense, right? So let me ask you one quick question here. If I offered, I say, hey, give me $250 and I'm going to give you a client that's going to pay you $1,000 a month, would you do it? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat. If I gave you $250, or if you gave me $250 and I gave you a client and said they're going to pay you $1,000 a month, would you do it? Yeah, of course you would do it. It's a no-brainer. So why are all of you scared to run Facebook ads or to do any paid advertising? Because the concept is the same. You run ads, okay? Even if it costs you, let's say, I don't know, even if it costs you $35 a lead, okay? Costs you $35 a lead. You get 5, let me open up a new doc here, okay? $35 a lead times 5 leads. How much is that? What's the math on that? Somebody help me out here. Those of you calculator guys, how much is that? How much is that? $35 a lead times 5. 35 times 5. 175. 175. 175. Thank you, Joseph. 175. Right? 175. It's $175 to get 5 leads, and if you close just 1 lead, then you pay $175 to get a client that can potentially pay you $1K a month. Okay? Facebook ads. Okay, let's get out of this. Let's go back to cold calling. Just dropping a little bit of knowledge on you. All right, guys, so we got industries. We got realtors, plumbers, pool maintenance guys, pest control, electricians, locksmiths, painters, roofers. Out of this list right here, I want you guys to pick one that is your favorite. Just go ahead and drop it in the chat. Out of this list right here, go ahead and pick one that is your favorite. Said realtors, realtors, realtors. Boy, we got a lot of realtors. Realtors. Did anybody have anything other than realtors? Realtors, realtors, electricians, lawyers, plumbers. Zaid, lawyers is not on here. Out of this list. All right, I think we're all on the same page. Realtors it is. All right, realtors. Bam, here we go. All right, guys, out of realtors. Can you guys tell me, I know this, but obviously we're going to do a little play action here. Can you guys tell me what realtors struggle with? What are the main concerns of a realtor? Chris said, stopping all the marketing agency calls from clogging their phone or email. You're right, but we're going to show you how to get past that. Mr. Chris McCoy, we're going to show you how to do it. Low quality leads, low quality leads, low quality leads, lead costs, lead costs. Takes 90 days for results. What service would you guys offer to a realtor? What service would you offer to a realtor? Mike says SEO. And this is Facebook ads, Facebook ads, ads, Facebook ads, SEO. Facebook ads and SEO is what I'm seeing. Facebook ads and SEO. Good. So we know that a realtor. All right, so oh, where'd you go on me? Come on. All right, we know that issues with realtor is they can't get leads, right? They need to get leads. Okay? Some of you guys said get leads. Some of you guys said low quality leads. Quality leads. Okay? What else do we got? What else do we got? We had low quality leads, getting listings, cost per leads. Leads are too expensive. I like that. Yeah, let's say 2. These are too damn expensive. Why are they so expensive, these leads, right? Follow up. I think this is pretty much a good list to start with. For one, if I'm a realtor and I'm Bobby the realtor and I'm servicing my community selling homes, it's going to be really hard for me to get leads, because the only way for me to get leads is if maybe my sister's selling her house, right? Or maybe if I'm running ads on Zillow or Realtor.com, right? It's just going to be really difficult. Do you agree? Right? Do you agree that? And I think realtors are so saturated in the market that everybody decides to just get their real estate license to have a real estate license, and everybody calls themselves a realtor, but not everybody's using their real estate license. And most of the time, it's because people who think that they're going to do this whole real estate thing, they're like, man, I'm going to go out and get a house a month, and I'm going to buy me a mansion with all my commissions. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, because there's tons of realtors that go and get their license and can't get any listings. It happens, right? But what if you were the Superman to go in there and be like, hey, I'm gonna get you some leads. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get you some leads. And I'm going to get you some high-quality leads, not low-quality leads. And I'm going to make sure your leads are not expensive. I'm going to make sure they're as cheap as possible, right? Who wants to know how to write a script for this? Drop a 77 in the chat. Sometimes with me, guys, when I do cold calls, I like to connect to the person that I'm calling with. And I feel like my body or my mind, I don't do it on purpose. But sometimes I talk like the people that I'm on the phone with so I can connect with them better. It's weird. And it's like, you know, sometimes you'll get on a phone call with somebody like, hey, yeah, how you doing, brother? And you're like, oh, wow, this guy called me brother. This is a different level of conversation. It's not sir, it's brother, right? So your whole conversation changes. And you're like, hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Did you catch a Dolphins game? Did you see how that was? Right? So the whole conversation changes, and we're going to get to that in cold calling. And you're going to see me do that live here. And hopefully I don't bust on you guys, okay? Hopefully I can get some leads and some sales. But before we even get there, we got to write some scripts. So the pain points for realtors is they can't get leads. The lead quality is too high, and they're too expensive, okay? So we're going to have some solutions, okay? The solution is I'm going to get you leads. Get more leads, which is the first one. Now, these leads can be seller leads, buyers, or rentals. Now, if I was a realtor and I was doing advertising most of the time, I probably don't want to do rentals unless I'm renting some crazy mansion. Because rentals, as a realtor, and you need to understand the industry that you're calling before you jump on the phone with them. Because if you're going to jump on the phone, you're going to go spend a whole time writing a script, and you start jumping on the phone with these guys and you have a conversation with them. If you can't answer their questions and relate to their specific service or industry that they're offering, why would they use you, right? Why would they use you? Does anybody agree with that? Can you drop a 5 in the chat if that's something that you agree with me on? Right? Like, why would I buy from you if you don't understand anything that I do? What makes you so superior, right? So I know just from dealing with tons of realtors in the last 10 years, that rentals, a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to spend money on rentals because it's not a high-ticket item for them, okay? Buyers, a lot of the times they cannot do because they don't have anybody that wants to actually sell their house. They don't have any sellers, right? So would you guys agree with me that all realtors want to get, like, their main thing is people to sell their homes? So me as a realtor, I can go take their home, I can list it on this magical thing called the MLS, and then sell their property? Does everybody agree with me? Can you type in a yes if you think that sellers' leads are better than buyers and rentals? It is, right? Good. We're all on the same page. Next thing is the lead quality, or the quality of the leads is too low. Okay? the quality of the leads is too low. It's an issue. Some of they say the lead quality is too low. Why? Right? Somebody, in my opinion, if I'm a realtor, well, I don't want to list a property that's $50,000 because what's a commission on a realtor? Does anybody know? 3%. 3%. It means if I sell a house that's $100,000, I get $3,000. That's my commission. $3,000. It's actually 6%, but the realtor, like if that realtor is the one buying and you're the one selling, right? You split it and you get 3% and 3%. That's how real estate works. Okay? Which means if I go out and I get a $100,000 home for sale, commission $6,000, I split it 50%. It's 3% each. It's $3,000 each. $6,000 total in commissions. That's what I would call a low quality lead. Because me as a realtor, I'm going to have to do all of these lead generation tactics and advertising and everything to be able to get this lead. But shit, I really don't want the $100,000 homes. I want the houses that are more like $300,000 to $500,000 or $1 million obviously, but don't shoot yourself in the foot. Start off small, right? Because if I sell a house that's, let's say, $300,000, what's $300,000 times 3%? Can anybody do that math? 9K? 9K? $9,000. On selling a $300,000 home, that's 3%. I put $9,000 in my pocket. That's more like it, right? That's more like it. So what if I can go up to a realtor and say, hey, what if I can get you one, and we talked about this in the last episode of Marketer's Mindset on how to set expectations properly and not shoot yourself in the foot, okay? What if I can get you one lead a month? One that actually closes with you and lists her house with you. Is that something that you would be interested in? And I'm going to focus on getting you high quality leads. And we want to get listings that are above 300,000, okay? So I want to get listings that are above 300K. Okay? I want to get that. Does everybody agree with me here? Everybody drop in a yes if you're on the same page with me. And I want to just get you one listing every month. I want to just get you one listing a month. I want to get you at least one $300,000 listing every single month. That's all I want to do. If I can get you more than that, I'm going to do my best. I'll try. But my goal is to get you one. One listing. Okay? Now, let's go back to the question is, if I gave you $1,000, if you give me $1,000 and I give you $9,000 back, would you do it? Drop $555. Would you do it? Good. Let's go to the next one. Too expensive. That's when you need to speak to the actual realtor and explain to him what a real expense is for a lead. Because you're going to get realtors that are going to speak to you on the phone and be like, man, $2 a lead, that's crazy. That's too expensive for me. I don't want to do that. You should walk away. As an agency, you should walk away. Okay? Realtors need to understand the cost of a lead. Okay? So something in their mind that might be too expensive actually might not be too expensive. Might be really cheap. Right? So if I can get you a lead at $100, I'm just throwing a number here. If I can get you a lead at $100, would you think it's expensive, like a good quality lead? So pain points, they can't get leads. The leads are really low quality and they're too expensive. The solution is I want to call a realtor and I want to say, hey, I want to get you more seller leads, but I want to make sure I can get you at least one listing every single month, and I want to make sure the property is over 300 grand, and I want to make sure that my lead cost doesn't go over $100 or $300 or whatever it is, okay? That's my goal for today. What I want to do. Bill says that happily pay $5,000 per conversion. Yeah, because you make $4 grand on it. Makes sense, right? Even if you give your broker's fee or whatever it is, okay? You're still making money. And the point is, and the problem that most realtors have, in my opinion, is realtors essentially are, a lot of people use realtors. A lot of people will work with realtors based on like family relationships or friends because realtors are so saturated in the market that everybody knows a realtor and they'll just use them, right? So it's very hard as a realtor to go out and get these leads online. There's a lot of people that are struggling, okay? All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now, when you're writing a script, sales script here, you got to think about two things before you start writing a script. How are you actually going to do this sales cycle? What's your objective of the phone call going to be? People are probably like, man, I want to close the call right now. I'm going to close the deal right now on the spot. Right now on the spot, I'm going to close this deal. I'm going to call this guy, and he's going to sign a contract, $3,000 on the spot a month. He's going to pay me that right now. In this 6-minute phone call, that's what's going to happen right now when I jump on this phone call. What's your objective of the phone call? Guys, can somebody in the chat drop, if you ever done a phone call, what was your main objective of the call? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Acquire info, set up a strategy call, get an appointment, get your foot in the door, give value, Damien said. Set up a meeting, get another call to learn if they have a problem, qualify them, set up a discovery call, set up strategy call. So basically what I'm hearing or seeing is there's really like 2 or 3 main things. One is you're going to jump on a phone call, you're going to introduce yourself, and you're going to try to set up a follow-up phone call where you can do a presentation. Option number 1. Option number 2, you're a total badass, and you're just going to jump on this phone call, and you're going to run over this guy and close the deal and set him a contract, and you're going to get a credit card on the phone right on the spot. Option number 2. In my opinion, it's probably not going to happen. Okay, and if you're doing that, I don't know what your conversion rate is, okay? You can call this guy, and you can say, hey, just want to let you know, took a look at all of your information online, and I think it can help you out, and this is how I can do it. These are the issues that I'm seeing with your business. This is what I can do. Just want to see if you were maybe interested, and maybe we can jump on a strategy call together, right? Once again, scheduling a strategy call or some type of booking appointment, but going a little bit further into the call. Yeah, so there's tons of ways to do it, okay, guys? What I like to do is, depending on my sales cycle and how I'm doing it, so if I'm just by myself, okay, if your business is I'm by myself, so if I'm the only salesperson in my business and it's just me calling, then what I would probably do is I would call, I would make sure that I have a really good, like in the first 10 seconds, introductory little piece of content that I'm going to drop some knowledge that'll just boom, plant in their brain and open their minds up and let them speak to me. We're going to do it right here, right now. I'll show you how to do it. And then I would take that sales call and I would book a follow-up appointment. I would just use it to plant a seed. I would just plant a seed. I would share a little bit of information. That call might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Get a little bit of information and then drop a follow-up and into the calendar. You can use Schedule Once for this. You can use Calendly. You can use whatever it is that you guys want. Set up a strategy call in that person's calendar. Send them a calendar invite and get your presentation ready. Okay? That's what I would do. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think that that might be a good idea? Just drop a 33 if that's something that sounds like a cool idea. If you would want to do that. Let me ask you guys a quick question. If I called you right now, I'm like, boom, Bob the Realtor, I'm going to sell you some leads right now. Do you want to buy them? You want to buy those leads right now? I'm going to sell them to you for $100 a pop. I'm going to sell you some leads and send you over a contract right now. Can you sign that contract? Get it back over to me right now while I'm on the phone with you. I'd appreciate it. Okay, I'll wait for the contract to be signed. I'm waiting on the phone. Who's going to do that, right? Who would do that, right? Or if you call Bob, you say, hey, Bob, my name is Chad. You know, I'm actually locally. I'm right down the street for you. And I work with getting realtors leads. I just want to introduce myself, and this is what I'm going to do. And maybe book a follow-up appointment. I found a bunch of issues wrong with your online presence. I'd like to present it for you. See how maybe if you're interested in doing anything. And then on the second phone call, you get another phone call. You do that presentation. And then you might not close on the second phone call. People are like, holy shit, I got to call this guy 3 times to make a deal? That's crazy. It's crazy. To call somebody more than twice for them to give me $3,000 a month or $1,000 a month or $500 a month, whatever it is, okay? Yeah, you got to do it. Also, one thing I recommend you guys do, just plant this in the back of your mind. If you're going to be doing cold calling, get a CRM. Pipedrive's pretty good. That's what I used to use. Go to Pipedrive. I think it's like $12 a month. Every person that you speak to, you drop them in a pipe drive, and you create a sales pipeline. So when you log in a pipe drive, you have your pipeline on the home page, and you just move them over, and your sequences should be called, spoke to the person, presentation, follow-up, negotiations, won or closed deal. That's what my pipeline would look like, right? That means I have like 6 touch points, 5 touch points, whatever it is, all the way until I actually close the deal. Does that make any sense to you guys? Can you say yes if you think that calling somebody 5 times to ask them for some money and win their trust? Does that make sense? It does, right? Mike said, how can you close a deal on the first call? I don't know if you can just be as skilled as me, Mike, but we're going to try to do some things over here. Now, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to show you guys some stuff. I usually don't like doing that, but I'm going to do some live phone calls after we write the script and I show you guys how to do the audits. I'm going to see how far I can go into that sales sequence while I have somebody on the phone. Now, I'm not a magician. I'm not going to say that I'm going to close a deal in this half hour of me doing live phone calls with you guys. Probably unrealistic, but your boy's a boss, and I'm going to try to do my best, okay? So just stay with me. By the way, guys, for those of you guys who are on social media, I'll take a little break real quick for 30 seconds. Hashtag live. For those of you guys watching the replay, hashtag replay. For those of you guys watching on social media, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, add some comments, engage. For those of you guys inside of the Zoom call, can you drop a 397 for me and get me lit up right now because I am on a monster and I drank a coffee this morning and it's only 2:56 p.m. and I am fully awake and ready to rock and roll. And I don't even know why anybody in their world would do live cold calls because it could be like a complete bust or could be a complete win. So I either might be a complete winner today or I might look like a complete loser in front of you guys. We're going to see what happens. But at the end of the day, I don't care because this is education, people. This is education, people. And whether I close the deal or I don't, you're going to learn, okay? You're going to learn on new techniques. You're going to learn new tactics. You're going to learn cool new things that you can do. You're going to learn how to speak to people in different languages. You're going to learn everything, okay? So let's start by writing a script. Can we go P&P? All right, guys, I'm going to turn around a little bit. Get my station set up over here. Turn around a little bit. Let's get set up over here. We're going to do some writing today. We are going to do some writing today. I'm working. I'm working. I'm working. All right, guys. Quick thing really quick. Who's ever written a sales script before? Hands up. Put your hand up. Even if you're alone, make it awkward. Put your hand up in your room. Just put your whole hand up. Put your hand up. Drop a yes. Who's ever written a script and sometimes steered away from the script while they were on the phone call? Drop a yes. Put your hand up and drop a yes. So one thing I want to say to you guys is we're going to write a script, but this is to guide you. This is not to sound like a robot because every person that answers the phone, the calls might go a different way. You can be a gangster and you can write multiple versions of your script. And when we had our call center, we would literally have, if this person says yes, yes, say this. If this person says no, say this. We would literally have a guide for every single rebuttal that a person can possibly have. We would have an FAQ section. We would have everything for our sales reps, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to start by writing an opening script, okay? And rebuttals you're going to have to get, okay? We're not going to have time to do rebuttals now because that shit takes a long time. But we're going to start by writing an opening script. Who wants to help me out? Drop a 33 if you want to help me out. Guys, just so you guys know, we are all digital marketers. We are all in this together. So one thing that my shirt says is, can anybody read? What does my shirt say? What does it say? Right backwards, but what does it say? Nobody can read my shirt. Oh boy. Marketers unite. Which basically means, guys, we can work together. We are not enemies. We're here together. We are here to unite with each other and learn from each other. There's enough people in this world to sell to, okay? We're not in competition with each other. If anybody agrees with me, can you drop a 2 in the chat? Shit, we do this, and I'm showing you guys how to do it. I'm showing hundreds of people how to do the same thing that I do. And it's crazy because I do it every week. So it's like I'm giving out all my secrets to everybody. And it's because I'm here to help you guys. All right, let's do it. Let's get straight to it. And then we're going to do some cold calls. So that's where it's going to get real fun, okay? So let's do this really quick. So as a realtor, I know as a realtor, my goal is I want to try to see if I can get them seller leads, because I know I can run maybe some Facebook ads to get them some seller leads to see if people want to sell their house, okay? I know I can get them into a listings program, which is super cheap, right? Maybe $200 a month I can charge them, get them into a listings program with 70 plus listings, get them a Google business listing, get them all set up locally in their area. I wouldn't really run PPC for, I wouldn't run Google ads for a realtor, right? So my main objectives probably is to see if I can sell this guy. And I like to do this, and this is up to you guys. You can do whatever you want. I like to start off small. I always like to sell them a small package. So when we had our call center, our goal was, has anybody of you ever heard of the value ladder? Drop a 330 if you've heard of what a value ladder is. So inside of a value ladder, you sell them something small, and then you work your way up the ladder. So you sell them something for 10 bucks here, you sell them something for 20 bucks, 30, 40, 50, 100, whatever it is, and you kind of bring them up your value ladder, right? Exactly, .com Secrets has it. You know, you hear a bunch of marketing people talk about it. So a value ladder is 100% true, right? So it's easier to sell somebody a really small product to gain the trust and show them the service and build the rapport and relationship with them, and then go up a notch. Sell them something else, and then go up a notch again. Sell them something else. It's really hard to sell somebody a service that's like $3 grand off of a cold call. It's very hard, okay? And I'm just going to be honest with you. So when we were thinking about it in our call center, we realized that we were only closing maybe 1 deal per week, 2 deals per week, maybe, in our call center per rep, right? But then we switched it. We switched it over. And then we put on a dialer. We did a predictive dialer. We did a bunch of really cool stuff. And instead of closing 2 a week, we were like, all right, let's not sell packages for $1,000 a month or $2 grand a month or $3 grand a month. Let's sell packages for $99 a month or $199 a month or $499 a month. We started closing like 1 or 2 a day per rep. And that's when it got really crazy. So my recommendations for you is try not to be greedy. Try to bring somebody in. Dude, bring them in. Throw them into DashClicks. Okay, get a listings. Get them to buy a listings program. Okay, throw them into DashClicks. You know, I think we charge $99 a month for our listings program. Get them into DashClicks. Comes with the Google business listings, 70 different listings. They can log into the dashboard. Daniel says the easiest way to get started is SEO, SMM. Yeah, I mean, but sell them a small service first and then work your way up the ladder. Small service, work your way up the ladder. Okay? So what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to take that approach today. I'm going to set them up with something small, and I'm going to find their pain points, and then we're going to go from there. So who's ever done a cold call or who's ever been cold call before? And like, hey, how you doing? Is this Bob? Yeah, this is Bob speaking. How's the weather today? Click. Who's ever done that? Like, how's the weather today? Why would anybody give a shit about the weather today? Nobody cares about that, all right? So in a sales call, you probably have about 5 to 10 seconds to get somebody's attention. Okay, because people's attention spans are slim to none. People are busy. They're doing a lot of stuff. You might be calling them during a meeting. You might be calling them doing a lot of stuff. Okay? So we got about 5 to 10 seconds to gain their attention, which means the first thing that I say to them is probably going to be the most important. We're going to say, hey, name. Also, I like to call people that are locally, and you're going to see this during my script writing. I like to call people that are around my area, so if I want to, I can meet up with them, or they can meet up with me. That's number one. I can also talk about, you know, local landmarks and have some type of rapport with the customer and talk about things that are happening, maybe talk about a sports team that we both share the same interest in, whatever the case may be, right? So I like to call local people. There's so many realtors in a 10-mile radius of you. There's no reason why you should be calling a realtor in a different state, okay? That's just my opinion. So I'm going to say, hey, my name is Chad. Another thing I don't like to do is telling them that I'm from a company. I don't know why, but it seems a little bit sleazy. I say, hey, I'm Chad. I'm calling from social agency. They're like, damn, I'm hanging up on this guy. Just be a person. Say, hey, my name's Chad. My name is Chad. I was looking for a local realtor in location, and then we'll drop in the location there. I was looking for a local realtor in, we'll call this Miami or whatever it is, okay? And I had to scroll to page 3 to find you. I've been working with realtor, and guys, keep in mind when you're writing a script, you just jot shit down, and then I'm going to tweak this, okay? So just roll with me here, okay? I've been working, oh, come on, spelling. I've been working with realtors for the last, I'm just going to say, I've been working with realtors for the last 10 years, focusing on getting them seller leads. Actually, instead of seller leads, I want to be more blunt with them. I've been working with realtors for the past 10 years, focusing on getting them people who want to sell their homes for that are 300K plus. All right, now let's tweak this a little bit, and then we'll keep adding. Hey, Bob, my name is Chad. Hey, Bob, my name is Chad. I was looking for a local realtor in Miami, and I had to scroll to page 3 to find you, Bob. I've been working with realtors for the past 10 years, focusing on getting them people who want to sell their homes for $300,000. All right, I'm going to rewrite this again. I'm going to leave that up at the top. And you're going to have to do this a couple of times, guys, okay? So this is getting your foot in the door script, okay? I've been working with them for the past 10 years, getting them. Wanted to see if you had any interest Wanted to see if you had any interest in me helping you with that. Wanted to see if you had any interest in me helping you with that. So I'm going to start tweaking stuff. Hey, shit, I was looking for a realtor on the location. That's me to find you. I probably might take this out completely. Because usually sometimes I do that for more of like plumbers and stuff like that. For a realtor, I might change that up a little bit. Hey there, my name is Chad. I've worked with realtors for the past 10 years, focusing on getting the people who want to sell their homes that are 300K plus. Okay, let me make this sentence more grammatically correct. Hey, Bob, my name is Chad. I've been working with realtors for the past 10 years, focusing on getting them people who want to sell their homes that are 300K. All right. I work with realtors in the Miami area. I work with realtors in the Miami area. I work with realtors in the Miami area. I specialize in getting people who are looking to sell their homes I specialize in getting people who are looking to sell their homes. I work with realtors in the Miami area. I specialize in people. All right, rewrite this. Work with realtors in the Miami area. You know what I'll do actually? What I like doing? And I do this a lot. I'm just going to call somebody, and I'm going to create my script off of that. Do that. Who wants to see me just do a quick cold call really quick and just have some fun with this? And call somebody and then create my script based off of how the flow works. Everybody thinks that's good? Let's go.